What's good with the YouTube? You already know Big Flacco from a convict's perspective. I'm gonna smash, dash, and slide on through with a little bit of energy, man. And today on this show, man, we got Shadow from Blockwood, man. And we're gonna be talking about a past incident, man, why he's looking at the death penalty today. It's gonna be a crazy ass story, guys, man. So bear with me on this, man. Definitely you don't come across these stories too often.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. All right. Yeah, man. I'm currently facing I'm on monitor right now due to the fact of some cat getting out of pocket, running his mouth, being disrespectful behind the door. So I'm fighting another murder case due to that. Based a little bit touch bases on my little category right now. Old boy fucking disrespecting, talking crazy out the door, and then I was being humble about the situation. I kind of let it go first part, and then old boy kept pushing the envelope, and insisting that continue to go forward with it, disrespecting and all that behind the door. So what I ended up doing, I let him know. I said, look, man, the moment we come out, because me and him were placing PSU for a violent crime. So I let him know. I said, man, the moment we come out together and we get that opportunity, we'll address the issues and problems that you continue to bring up behind the door. While I'm behind the door as well, and I can't really do nothing. So old boy fucking kept thinking I wasn't gonna do nothing. And then when we came out, I waited, and I was being escorted by a CO because I'm a BSU. And old boy was walking in front of me. He didn't think nothing of it. And then, boom, I came on my cuffs, chased him down. The CO was trying to protect him. And then when he tried to turn around and put his body in front of him, I ended up stabbing the CO first. And then after that, the CEO seen that
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
So he instantly pulled back after I stabbed the CO. Then I started stabbing old boy, and then he collapsed. Right after that, they started spraying me. So I turned around. I had two knives on me. I pulled out another knife, and then I started chasing another inmate with it. And at that moment, they already surrounded me. The CO started pepper spraying me. Due to that, it was a little kamikaze mission. And, I had to go to extreme due to people just don't know how to, keep their mouth shut and just keep themselves and keep themselves checked and in line, and have some type of discipline and good conduct, So, based on that, that's what took place, and that's why I had to do what I had to do to extreme measures, to get my point across. People don't understand. I will humble a motherfucker if you come out of pocket. It don't matter who you are, where your background is, or where you come from, your nationality, your skin color. I equally hate everybody. You know what I mean? If they bring me to that point, and to me, it's just a respect thing, especially being in prison, been down since 2007 for another murder, and end of the day, it's just part of what it is.
I read the paperwork, but it did say you had two knives on you. Now I'm curious, what was he saying that was so disrespectful?
Well, old boy, right, he continued to run his mouth. I helped him out one time in another prison against some shit, and he came over here, so he started doing his little weird shit, like with homosexuals. So I kind of let him know, like, hey, boy, I don't fuck around with that. So he kind of got mad about that. Like, I told him, look, that's your lifestyle, whatever, right? I said, you can do whatever you want. I'm just not going to be part of or associated with you if you're doing weird shit like that. So I kind of stepped back from him because he came out surprised on some weird shit. So I was just like, you do your life, you do whatever. So he kind of got butthurt, and he was trying to make it like, trying to prove a point, like, so what if he, came out the closet or whatever? I was like, look, bro, I don't got nothing to do with that. That's on you, bro. You stay over there, and you stay on that side of, and don't come at me with no weird shit. So he kind of felt that, so he felt like he had to, do something. I was like, bro, whatever you do with your life, bro, that's on you. You just don't come around me with that shit, because I'm going to knock you down. And he didn't like what I said. So he ended up trying to, let me do some weird shit behind the door and talk shit that I wasn't about that. So, I didn't disrespect him, never said nothing bad to him, never called him out his name or nothing. I just said, all right, just when you come out, make sure you have your shit, because I'm going to come for you. And he kept thinking I was bullshitting, and he should have known better. He knows that I've done multiple other incidents in prison since I've been locked up against staff and inmates. So, I guess it's just kind of like, there was nothing upstairs, and he didn't register what I was telling him. And that goes for a lot of people in here, man, that they don't realize that.
Yeah.
And he seen me in action, so I didn't understand why that kind of didn't click and register to him. But I guess that's the way I carry myself. I'm real quiet, very respectful. People don't think that much is going to come out of that person. And when it does, they're like, holy shit, a fucking whole storm just came out of this dude. He's real quiet, don't disrespect nobody, he's always to himself. And that's kind of like what kind of threw a lot of people off their rockers, because I'm not a loud person, I'm not very disrespectful, I'm real humble, and it's just it's not the type of thing that comes from people like that, You get more violence out of people you would assume that are loud, get big mouths, talk crazy all day. I'm not that type of dude. I'm totally reversed. But like I said, I hate everybody equally if they take me to that point.
Yeah, I get that. So where did you? Okay, first I want to ask you what was he? What race was he? And where did you hit him at?
He was Chicano. When I was running up on him, the Buddha, like I said, the CO tried to protect him, tried to put his body in front of him, tried to save him. So I stabbed the CO first, and then once, like I said, the CO realized that I had a weapon on me, was in a fist fight, he got out the way, and he was like, man, they just, cut me open right now, put a piece in me. He's like, man, he got out the way, and then that's when I hit old boy. But when I hit him, I swung the piece. They said I was swinging it multiple times. From my understanding, I hit him twice, because he has two holes. So the first one, because old boy came out of his cuffs too, so he blocked the first piece. He tried to block it with his arm. First time I swung the knife, so it went through his arm. And then the second time, he turned around, tried to run from me, and that's when I hit him in the back, and that's when I severed his artery to his heart, and I broke his ribs, and I kind of cut a little bit of the tissue from his spine, and I punctured his left lung, and it collapsed. So he was up and like talking and everything, even on the gurney, and when the nurse was trying to work on him, they were trying to just tell him relax. The only thing he kept saying, because his name was Character from True Blue Gang, right, from East LA, and his last name was Munoz, and that dude, he kept telling the nurses, man, I can't breathe. So they didn't think nothing of it, because the injury, the hole, it didn't look like much, right? It was only 5 inches, and they didn't realize that he was internally bleeding, so he was suffering. He was just dying slow. So
Wow.
he was just little by little leaking out, and the whole time on the gurney, he was like, hey, man, I can't breathe. So they rushed him to the UC Davis. So right when they get him to the elevator, from the reports, they said that his heart stopped right before he made it to the OR. So right before they were going to save him, his heart stopped on him, because I severed the artery to his heart. And they didn't realize once they opened him up, they seen that he was internally bleeding, that fucking, they worked on him for 4 hours, tried to revive him, and he ended up dying in the hospital. But he was alive all the way through to, even in the ambulance, he was talking to IGI, and just telling them he couldn't breathe when he got there. So, but it's a trip, because he's living a fucking faggot life in here, being a faggot, and then fucking, he has a wife, he has kids. I mean, he has like a whole, and it tripped me out, because like now I find out he has a wife and he has kids out there, but he's being here, being a faggot, and I'm like, dude, he brought this upon himself, and I let him know, man, like, just go that way, don't come my way with the bullshit,
So
I
who?
don't got nothing against him either. There's one thing I do want to make clear, right? I don't have nothing against the LGBT or any any homosexuals. It's just a respecting. Like, if you're respectful people, you're gonna get things in return. Just I don't got no issue with nobody, no other LGBT or whatever. It's just people put a bad rap on things because who they are as a person, but they're representing something that makes them put a bad rap on what they're trying to represent. Don't realize their action puts a black cloud on what they're representing. So I understand, that's just a isolated incident between me and him, and everybody else that has their own lifestyle. I respect it, as long as you don't come at me with no disrespectful shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro, most definitely. Who was the other guy you chased after? Why'd you chase after him?
Oh, well, that was his supposedly lover, right? So I was gonna get both of them. And I chased him too. So he just made a statement. He made a statement he's gonna go to court on me, and his name was Mario Alvarez, and he's making a statement on me right now. And he was woofing too. He was disrespecting in the case too. So I told him both, I'm gonna get both of you, don't trip. by the time I started chasing old boy, the second one, they already started spraying me. The gunner caught the Mini 14, so I had to stop.
Man, you know,
You know, if I would have had him in my hands, and I would have kept hitting him. But I'm not gonna get shot just for running to somebody.
yeah, because I mean, I've talked to both. I talked to both you guys. You guys are both kickback, humble dudes, man. So I can only imagine what a person would have to do to make you go there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know?
Right. And I try to resolve, you know, the issue with communication, right? And sometimes people are just not intellectual. They don't have that you know, intellectual like common sense to say, all right, hey, this man's really trying to be peaceful. They look over there and they take that as a sign of weakness. And then they're like, oh man, this dude ain't about nothing. I want to get my brownie points by making this dude look like, you know, we're gonna belittle him and try to make him look like he ain't nobody. And at the end of the day, I'm sitting here thinking, looking at it like, man, I'm trying to make it a peaceful situation out of this. You know, I'm trying to make this a peaceful scenario out of this whole little situation they created, but you don't realize I'm looking at it like I got blood. I see red. Like I'm.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I'm gonna be the one hammering that nail in that coffin. I'm gonna put you 6 feet down deep in that dirt. I'm gonna take your breath. Like I look at it like that. You know what I mean? But they don't see it that way. They look at it like, oh, this dude, he's trying to run from the situation. He's trying to be scared about it. And I'm like, dude, no. I know because I know how ugly it's gonna get for you, not for me, but for you. Like, you know, that's how I am, man. That's why I'm just like, if you choose to take that route, when you know, you turn over that vial, that glass, that flame starts running through, his time's ticking. Like, you know,
you're right though.
Time comes up and.
It's always those people who hide behind it or they're far away that want to talk all that smack. You know what I mean? It's never the ones.
Right, and they think that.
You know, it's never the ones that are really with the business, because if they're with the business, they're not even going to act that way. You know what I'm saying?
No, they're real humble, they're real respectful, they're courteous to everybody, because it's easy to be violent. It's easy. And you know, we entertain this shit on a daily 24/7. We wake up like this, we go to sleep like this.
Yeah.
You know, I sleep with a knife tied to my hand. So for me, it's just like, it's like 24/7. Like this is a daily current thing. Like I sleep with a knife, I wake up with a knife in my hand. You know, like they say, you like this, the famous saying, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And I live by that, you know, and we carry honor to that, you know, to our last breath. And just people don't really understand that part.
This is a good message for the people.
They don't take it as serious as we do.
This is a good message for those people out there that are playing around, that are going to end up in prison and don't even know what that life's about. They need to hear like this. This is how people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gets real, bro. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
you know, and like
in the shower.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, and shout out to my brother, Badass Snoop, right? I just showed the brother right now that my paperwork, I had a machete in a cellar strap. You know, I got a lot of things, right? You know, I make the biggest snacks in state prison, but I'm not gonna get into that right now. Yeah, I'm gonna send you the pictures so you can really see what I did in the cellar strap, but I'm not gonna get into that right now. But I'm gonna just keep, you know, I got a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? That's just that little murder right there is just like the beginning of this. And when you really see it, like, oh yeah, like I make like street shit. Like yeah, it's serious in here. So, but yeah, man, let's get back to like what we're talking about. It's like these
You have 60 seconds remaining.
people that think they get it, they don't. They really don't.
this is a good message in here, man. I really, yeah, call back.
So,
Go ahead.
Hey, yeah, bro. So, bro. Yeah, like I was saying, man. You know, people don't really understand. Like, they talk a good one, they see shit, they hear shit, you know. But when you're actually that person to really carry out like a killing with a knife and not a gun, it's a whole different ballgame. Because you're sitting on top of the dude taking his life, butchering on blood everywhere, you know. And it's just like it's a gruesome scene, but you know, I love this shit. You know what I mean? And it's just like I've been on both ends of the spectrum, you know, where we fought out with knives, all that. So it's just, you know, when you got to do that to the extent of taking someone's, you know, life, you know, I have no remorse to, because my conscience is clean, because I gave that dude the way out. I gave him opportunities to turn around and say, hey, I'm not, I don't want that life. But, people keep playing these games, right? Thinking they're about that. And then when a motherfucker come out, suited and booted, and ready to lace a motherfucker up from head to toe, they kind of sit there and like, oh shit, I'm not really about that life, when it's going to already be too late. So those people that think you're about that, anybody can pick up a gun and shoot a motherfucker. But when you really hand-to-hand combat, that's going to show you who you are and truly as a man. Si tienes las ganas para ser la jale, you know what I mean? And if, your heart it'll show, and through the process, and, it's just a lot of people that think they're about that, man. We'll see.
You know what, man? You have any kid? Do you have any kids?
Yeah,
So,
I got kids. I got a son, Matt. He's out there in Lancaster.
So I mean, I'm pretty sure, we really don't want that life for our kids, right? I mean, or our grandkids and whatnot. What would you tell a youngster out there, man, about this life, man, to try to discourage them from going down that path?
My advice to him, from what I experienced, and I've been in those shoes. I understand that, right? And some people, like those kids at that time in their life right now, they feel like they can't tell them nothing, or they don't feel like the right person talking to them. So let me be the one to put these words in your ears of wisdom and coming from a good place to teach you a life lesson real fast and real quick. Something I wish I had when I was a kid. Man, this life is only going to get you 6 feet deep or life in prison. At the end of the day, they're taking your life away. You're giving someone else's your life, your freedom, your choice to make decisions in life, to be married, to have kids, to settle down, to have a home. I'm going to keep it real short. I'm not trying to preach to nobody out there, but I want the best for those people that have that opportunity still. I don't have that opportunity,
Yes, sir.
To change it, to make a better life for me. But those kids that are out there struggling, that need something, man, speak up. Go ask for help. Get into a program. Get what you need. There's people. It's 2022 now. Everything's available to you. So don't be shy all of a sudden because you're trying to be a badass. You need help. Go get out. Just fucking, just talk to somebody. Open up. If you ain't that type of way, put a fake Facebook account and just put it out there. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, to let it out, man. So if you need for help, there's avenues out there. Don't close the doors on yourselves, because there's always doors open. You just got to be willing to search for it and look for the help. That don't make you less of a man. No matter how old you are, it makes you more of a man. To say, hey, these are the situations I'm going through in life, and these are the doors that I need open, and avenues that I need in life to make it be successful. Because certain things in life that you make decisions, or the reaction, the backlash to it, it's not always clean. It ain't always sweet. It's always sometimes gonna be bitter. So, this time that you still have this opportunity, you still got your freedom, you still got your life, you still got your win. Make a better decision that a lot of us didn't make. Or if we didn't have that opportunity, we didn't have these, avenues or doors open to us, because they were just like, hey, they'll kick us out and play, hey, make it whatever you can make it out of nothing. So, I picked up a knife and I picked up a gun, and that's what I ended up using. But at the time, there wasn't too many doors open to me.
Excellent message, brother.
And
excellent message, brother.
Yeah.
Are you married? Are you married or anything right now?
No, I'm not married. I got a baby mom.
You have an old lady?
But no.
Wait, we'll put. Put your name and PFN and your name and CDC number if anybody wants to maybe potentially write the home. He's in Folsom, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Put your name.
My name's Richard Alvarez.
Richard Alvarez.
Richard Alvarez. Number's AF5974.
Richard Alvarez, AF5 what?
5974.
Okay, Richard Alvarez. He's in Folsom, guys. Anybody out there wants to write, man? I'm gonna put strangers. Next video I do with stranger. I'm gonna put his info out there too, man. And they both said that even if people just have an advice or suggestions, man, they said feel free to write them as well, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. I'm an open book. I'm not shy. I speak my mind. You know, I don't have no filter. You know, I'm too old for that shit. And you know, I'm 36. Excuse me, I'm 36.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Make me feel old.
I got time to play.
All right, brother.
Yeah, you know, I'm older. You know, you know. Yeah, I'm always, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I appreciate you for giving me this platform and opportunity to speak on, you know, my story, and then not only that, to help those out there that are struggling in this world. You know what I mean? If I can put a positive spin to what I go through, that, you know, people look at the savageness that what I do. If I can out there now someone else, hey, you know, I'm all for that too, you know, but I'm gonna still be a savage in here no matter what.
They're gonna like this, bro. A lot of people are gonna feel this, bro, because you know what, you're telling your story, but you also have a message behind it. Like, look, this is what life in prison is about. You come across me, this is what's gonna happen. So we're gonna end this till next time. Stay on the phone, brother.
Exactly.